Hi, everyone, and good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dami, and welcome to the first workshop that we are hosting this year. The facilitator is Tracy Omatsone, the founder of Anire Africa. We're delighted to have you here, Tracy. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for choosing to share your knowledge and your expertise with young Africans across the continent. Do you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Um, Firstly, thank you guys for having me. It's been long overdue, I suppose.
Yes, you can say that again.
Um, yes. Well, there's not much to say about me apart from the fact that I am very in love with African art. Um, this whole journey has been, it started a very long time ago, actually. It started when I was in the university. Um, it just started as a passion. I just love doing stuff for people, my friends and family. And, I just kept going and here we are today. Um, as for, I'm not really sure. Apart from my business part, I'm just a regular person that just likes to be creative every other day.
Creatives are not regular, by the way.
Well, we would like to see
So,
ourselves as regular.
I believe that. So, how has fashion impacted your life, especially these craft skills that you have? Has it been a positive impact on your life in terms of um, it being a sustainable business, and has it been also a sustainable means of revenue in terms of profits?
Well, it has its ups and downs, obviously, but I would say it's been really good for me personally because at some point I thought of giving up even, but somehow it actually always picks me up whenever I'm down. Honestly, I'm not just saying, we Nigerians who say it's bobo juice, but honestly, sometimes when I'm down, the only thing that keeps me going is creating a new design.
So it's
Um,
therapeutic.
yes, it is for me. For me, though, I don't know about every other person. And for the business aspect of it, like I said, it has its ups and downs. It has really helped because there are situations where I didn't even think what I was doing was going to take me, to where I am today. I was always feeling like, oh, it's just regular. I'm just working with ropes. I'm just working with fabric and so much more. So business wise, it's been good and it's been bad, but especially with the pandemic. Oh my God, having a physical store because I started with online, but I really did not flourish there. So I got a physical store, and I had students and I had people walk through. They walk in, and during the whole before the pandemic, even everything became slow, and then during the pandemic, it was really really bad. So trying to find my feet back into the social media space was very, very difficult, but I think we are getting there.
Oh, I'm muted. My apologies. So I said, do you want to tell us what services do you offer in terms of product and in terms of training?
I don't think I heard what you said.
I said, can you tell us about the services you offer in terms of products? What product
Oh,
range do you have? Do you make just accessories, or you make bags and shoes? And then in terms of trainings, what kind of trainings do you offer?
okay. So for my services and my products, right now I'm basically working on just accessories. That is earrings, bangles, headpieces, and all. We usually make bags, but like I said, we're trying to put everything in check. We don't want to rush into it. And apart from that, we also make wall pieces, that's artworks with African print as well. For the training, um, it depends on what you want to learn. Basically, we offer we offer DIY as well, and we also offer just earrings and accessories. Basically, for the artwork, I've not really started training for that because I need a bigger space to be able to do that.
Okay.
And another issue is work material. Being in Nigeria, everything you have to figure out a way to source for items to work with. So for me, it's still a learning process. Even I would love to start teaching people, but I think we'll get there very soon. But for now, basically, it's beginners lessons for accessories and advanced. Just two is what we have right now for trainings.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, I would like to know, why did you choose accessories? You know, fashion in Nigeria is becoming, globally acceptable. Not it's becoming, it's now globally acceptable. Why did you choose a niche? Why did you decide to just focus on just accessories?
Um, to be honest, I can't tell you that this is the particular reason. I would like to say it speaks to me because I
Right.
feel like anybody can basically sit down and get a pattern. These days, you buy patterns online. You can basically sit down, get a pattern, and you cut and sew a dress. But it's not easy, trying to recreate something or trying to create something from scratch, you know, especially for the
True.
accessories, because there are so many. Of course, I'm not saying fashion is easy. It is not. Sewing is not easy at all. But for accessories, everything goes into it. In order for you to even do really awesome accessories, you need to learn how to sew as well. It was just something that I can't really tell you that, oh, this is the reason per se. I would just let me just answer the question by saying it just speaks to me.
So, where do you source your fabrics from? Your materials from?
So that's another tough one. So sourcing fabric is a hell of a stress. Like it's
A
really stressful,
challenge,
really
right?
challenging. Yes. So some of my fabrics, I get them. It's easy to get fabrics because I prefer using the good ones. I prefer using the wax prints, the ones that are high. I'm not sure of the exact word to use, but high quality fabrics, basically. And then for the findings, the hooks, the lobster hooks, the jump rings, and all whatnot, I basically get them from. I get if I'm not buying online, Amazon, I'm buying from Onitsha, and I'm buying from Trade Fair, and basically anywhere. So sometimes I actually just go to the markets and just start moving up and down, walking round and around different markets just to see if I can find something that will inspire me to work with. Because most of these things actually started as a DIY. Oh, I just want to try something new today, and I improve on it, and we have a new product.
Fantastic. So, finally, before we move on to the practical session, there are a lot of people watching this session, and many of them are probably thinking of how to start a business similar to yours. What are the few advice, or what advice do you have for these young people?
I have just one solid advice: patience.
Patience. Wow.
Because trust me, when I said, even me, I've been at it for 9 years. I know how many times I wanted to give up. So this year is going to be 9 years since I started Anera Africa. We're operating with Anis Couture at some point before we rebranded to Anera Africa. And it's been 9 solid years and it's not been rosy all through. It's just patience and loving what you do. If you don't have the love for what you do, apart from passion, you really want to do something, that love must be there apart from passion,
Very
because
true.
sometimes it's not even enough to just have the passion to do something. You have to love what you're doing and know that you're doing it for a specific reason, not because someone asked you to, not because, oh, your parents said, oh, people have to learn something. to survive in this world. So you're doing it. You get tired.
Thank you
So
so
for
much
me,
for that.
patience is the number one advice.
Thank you so much for that, Amiri. So, everyone, we're moving straight up into the practical session. Tracy, what exactly are you showing us today? What are you going to share with the audience today?
Okay, so honestly, I've been so confused as to what I'm going to show you guys because I wanted something that we could finish up in the time frame. So I decided we're going to work on an earring. It's simple. Some people obviously or might probably know how to do it already, or maybe I'm using a different technique. So we all learn every day. So I'm going to work on an earrings today.
Okay, that's great. So, what equipment or tools are we using for this session?
Okay, so my go-to, I don't do anything without this two things: rope
Okay,
and this. This is my glue. I want
okay,
to believe everybody knows the glue, but I'm not sure because this is UHU glue. I think that is upside down. I don't know. Okay, UHU glue. It works for fabric very very well, and it does not stain it. It's kind of like invisible, so you don't necessarily see it on the fabric. Rope. I don't know if
are you there, Annie?
particular name, but I call it twine, whereby they call it twine. And they have different sizes. So this one is really tiny, smaller than this one. But
Okay.
today we're working with this one.
Okay, so what
And
kind of earrings are we making? Do you have examples of the finished product?
um, let's keep it as a surprise.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so I do have. Let's just get into it, guys. So the first thing we need to do right now is to measure our, because I have been working with it for a while, I have a specific measurement for specific things. For this earring, depends on how big or how small you want it. So me, I am going to work with 30 inches. So I'm working with 30 inches. Because it's an earring, we need to cut two for a pair, two lines for a pair. Okay, so my next step, so this rope has this funny thing where it unravels. It's cutting anyway, so this is how it is when it unravels. So immediately you cut, make sure you glue the edge or the end so it does not unravel. You do that on every part of it that you cut, even the part that you're not using. Because when you leave it and store it, it will just start unraveling. Do the same for. Okay, so the next thing is to cut our. I've been working with this fabric a lot for the past couple of days. That's why it's just right here. So what I normally do for my fabric is, like I said, there are different sizes of rope. So for me, different sizes, when I want to wrap them, I use different measurements of fabric. So for this particular one that we're wrapping today, I will be using, let me just cut it out so it's easier. So guys, I cannot stress on using quality fabrics because you see the way I just cut it and it's clean, it's neat. There's no hassle. It's very easy. So this is the measurement of the fabric. I don't know if you guys can see it. So now, remember we're working with the front of the fabric. So always make sure that you're not making a mistake like I was about to just now. We don't need the edge of it, so we snip it off. And then you apply your glue. Try not to apply too much. And when you do, you use the bottom of the glue to reduce the amount of glue that you have on it. I always fold the edge because it gives a neater finish. I don't know if you can see it. You fold the edge in. All you have to do is to fold the beginning and you continue folding as you're wrapping. It makes your work really, really neat and solid. All right, so let's start wrapping. So this is how I do mine. You put it halfway like this. You have to have a small remaining here. And this is where the hard work begins. So you hold as tightly as possible and then you roll. And as you're rolling, you have to make sure that it is extremely tight. You hold on to it no matter what. And you just keep going. I usually turn my hand because it's more comfortable for me that way since I'm wrapping the long rope. So just keep going. Try as much as you can to make sure that your wrapping is neat. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but I would do exactly the same thing when I want to wrap the second row. So you just keep going. Like I said, I cannot stress the importance of getting quality fabric because the reason why the wrapping is going smoothly is because when you use the quality fabric, it has a bit of stretch to it. Yes, it's cotton, but it has a bit of stretch to it. So when you stretch and you wrap, it gives a very, very clean finish. Do not rush. You're not in a competition with anybody. It's not a race. Take your time. Hey, I think we're halfway there already.
So I see that this process is quite it's going to take a few minutes to complete, wrapping the textile around the twine. So
Yes, it does.
okay, can't wait to see the next step.
So this particular area, like I said, I wanted something very simple to work for us because
Okay.
for me this is simple. I don't know. I'm sure others will be like, ah,
I
and you're
believe
still
we
wrapping
have
it.
the same lot of people watching.
Yeah.
Now, these tools, I'd like to ask about the glue, the UHU glue. I hope it is
Okay.
easily accessible. It's easy to find in the market.
Well, okay, so it's supposed to be easy depending on where you are. But if you cannot find it in the market where they sell um, finishing accessories, wedding accessories, beads and stones that they use for making stoning and beading clothes, you can find it in a craft shop because it's an all purpose glue. You use it for paper, you use it for fabrics. So
Okay, for the
this
sake
is
of
the
those listening to us, there are other types of glues wherever you are, just in case you can't find the
this
glue that
particular one.
the
Yes,
facilitator is
definitely.
using. You have the T7000 glue, you have the
Mhm. Yeah,
E800
E6000.
glue, you have the B6000 glue, and
Yes.
I'm sure that you can check online. If you can't find them locally, then you might try Amazon, Etsy, or any online store that is accessible to you, and you can order for
Well,
these things to use.
use
So, are we in another stage now, or we're still wrapping the textile around the twine?
so we're gonna start the other one now. Like I said, we snip the white edge because we don't need it. And we do exactly the same thing. We apply the glue, not so much, and then you fold. So this is how it's supposed to look. And this is the second one. So this is what we did. This is it. And then remember to hold on as tightly as possible. You just keep rolling. And you just keep going. For first timers, you might not necessarily get it the very first time. Don't give up. And also, let me warn you, there's the ache you get after wrapping for a long time, especially when you're new to it. But don't worry, it's not going to kill you. It's just going to, remind you that you're onto something great. Okay, so let me just quickly finish this one.
So to complete a pair of earrings takes how long? Between 15 to 20 minutes, or is it up to an hour? Does it take up to an hour to complete a pair of earrings?
Well, for me, no, it does not take up to an hour. Like I said, there are some people that they know exactly what they're doing, but they just move really slow. So that could take more time. For me, it's between 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what I'm doing exactly. So what I normally do is to work in batches. I don't, do this one and just go straight to it and just finish it. I normally wrap, if I'm going to make earrings, I work with maybe by six. So I cut out 6 pairs and I wrap all six of them. And then I start the process again. Like when I finish this one, if I'm going to cut, I'll cut out 6 pairs for the rope. And then when I start wrapping, I'll wrap the six of them. And I just go like that. For me, it's easier that way because it makes me more productive. If I stop to finish one, I feel like I get lazy in between. So it's easier for me to just continue wrapping. I just keep going that way. It makes me more productive. We're almost there. Okay, so the first one, I don't know how I forgot to show you guys. I guess I was trying to finish up quickly. So what I normally do when I get to the end, remember as we're wrapping, there's no glue. Just keep going with the fabric. So what we're to do is when we get to the end like this, I usually add glue here just in case of anything. So it does not unravel if there's any cuts at all. So this is what we do. And then you just continue that way. So I wrap up to the point to cover the rope. And then I snip from it. So I usually remove this edge here because I feel like when you fold it, it comes out because of the folding inside. When you fold to end it, this particular one, I don't know if you guys can see it, this double here comes out more. So I normally just snip it off of it. And then apply my glue, not so much. So this is the end of it. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly. So we have the two of them.
That looks very neat. It looks really neat. It looks
Mhm.
really neat. Yes, it does.
That's my own style. That's my own trick. So now we're done with this glue. Um, I need my pliers. Oh, I did carry my pliers here. Okay, so the next thing now is to turn this into an earring. So for this one, we're going to be using this super glue. I use this particular glue because it makes my work a lot easier. It's
What is
fast
the glue
and
called?
it's, well, you can use any super glue.
Okay, it's just a super glue.
Yeah, it's just a super glue, but this particular one, I find out that it's actually stronger than the regular one. I think they use this ones for shoes as well. I'm not sure, but I get this one for those in Lagos. I get this one in Mushin because they don't sell it at your regular commodity shop. They sell it because it's heavy duty, I guess. It's for metal, wood, plastic, leather, ceramic, rubber, paper. I think it's also all purpose as well. So this is the glue that I use. So now the next thing we're going to do
So we already have
is to,
questions coming in, but Peter, Tulilokwe, we will attend to your questions shortly. Let us just try and focus on the different steps for now. So we are now in the stage two, and the first tool she has mentioned is the super glue, and she's going to use the plier as well. Okay,
Yes.
please
So
go ahead.
this is the next tool. The next tool is the plier. This is relative, right? So you can do without it, and you can, if you're not too sure, you can use this. But I'm going to use this for the sake of the class. So what we do is, I'm starting with where we ended. So the end is where we're starting from. So we pinch the fabric, and then we start rolling. We're just going to make like a swirl. Just keep rolling. Like I said, you can do it with your fingers without any additional assistance. So this is what we do. Oops. Okay, so it unraveled a bit. All right, so I'm going to remove my plier now because I already got what I wanted with the plier to pinch the beginning. So now I'm just going to use my hand and continue. These earrings
So
are
this
for those.
process is to help us create a design, I believe.
Yes, this is also working on the actual earring right now. We're just making it swirl. So like I said, the earring is pretty easy. It's just a swirl earring. It just has one steps, and so when you roll up to a point, because you know it's nothing is holding it, it's not being adhered, nothing is there. So this is where the super glue comes in. So you look through your fabric and feel like, oh, I think I want the side that has more pink, or I want the side that has more blue. So it depends on what you want. You pick your front and your back. There you start using the super glue. So this is how I use it. I put it in between the lines to hold them to each other
Do we do this on one side or on both sides?
on one side. That's how I'll pick the front and the back. You don't have to add so much glue. So at this point, we already have it adhered to an extent. Let me just continue. But like I said, it's very strong. I don't know if you noticed the fume or smoke. I'm not sure what to call it. So this is how it is now. Because of the glue, it's in place. So all we have to do now is to continue till we get to the end. And you have to be very cautious because sometimes the glue is not dried. So when you touch the fabric, it will just stick to your hand. So the earring is
So do
getting
you
bigger.
advise that they put on like a glove or something, or just rub their hands off on a textile to clean up
Yeah.
their hands?
Well, I don't like using gloves because I find that it makes me very slow. And I
Okay.
feel for me, feeling the fabric helps. I don't know how to even explain it, but I've tried using glove a couple of times. I've had uh, I've had a lot of people complain that, oh, their hands are aching them and all. But for me, I find out using glove makes me very, very slow. So we just continue doing what we're doing till we get to the end. And we're almost there. So this is the last part of it. All right. So we have one pair of the earrings already. So this is basically the earrings. So now we'll do the second one, second pair. So like I said, just a reminder, the back looks a bit, still looks neat, but up close you can see the little um, glue thing all around.
Blue.
But even though
Okay.
you wear it both ways, It still looks beautiful.
Yes, it does.
So let's work on the second pair.
Is there a
Like I
way to
said,
reduce how visible the glue will be on the earring, or
yes.
that's just part of what's
Well, reducing it is slowing down and be more meticulous about what you're
precise?
doing. You just, yes,
Okay,
you have to like be very stable, you put it down and follow one by one. But like I
right.
said, even if you see this one, you would not think, if I'm not showing it to you, you would not think, oh, that was the reason why it's like that.
Okay, all right. So we're moving
The
to
second
the
pair.
second look. Yeah, all right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, so let's head on to the second pair. Like I said, you really don't need this, but for the sake of,
So you use this pretty much to fold the tip, right, of
yes,
the loop to hold
to
it
fold the tape and
fast,
just begin the loop.
bend
Yes.
it. Okay. Okay.
So making accessories, you are definitely using your two hands. There's no way one hand is sleeping and the other hand is working. So you just keep going. You swell up to a point where you feel like, okay, if you go further, it will unravel, and then you start applying your glue. I'm trying to make sure that they are a bit, because of the colors on the fabric. Some part of it is more visible than others. So here we go. Oops. Whoa. I hope you guys can still see me. We're shy in Nigeria. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh no, no, there's no need. Um so anyways, let's just continue. Never will stay your wife. Wahala. Anyways, moving on. We're just gonna continue rolling and swirling. I'm just glad that we're done with the major part of it. So apply the glue and we're almost done. Can't even see clearly. So, okay, so that is the last of it. Can you, excuse me, guys, can you please take this? Okay, so I think it's better now. Um, so we have the two pairs now.
This is so beautiful.
So I have the two
So,
pairs.
guys,
So now,
keep your questions coming in now. Keep your questions coming in. I'm sure Tracy's ready to start taking some questions.
um, so the next phase is to put on your hooks. So we're just using a regular hook. I don't know if you can see it. We're using the regular one, nothing fancy. I hope you guys can see me clearly though, because the
I can
light
see
just
you.
went off.
It's bright, it's clear. Your sound is perfect. Please don't worry about all that. I believe that
Okay,
everybody here is watching and they're learning a lot.
okay. So we need two pairs for this, or rather a pair for this. And then the next thing we need is our jump ring. This is the round ones. I'm not even sure how to show this one. The round ones. Don't know if you guys can see it clearly. So this is what we need. Our plier. So firstly, we need to open the jump rings. So this will help us attach the earring hook to the finished work. So what we do now is use the plier to hold on to it. Remember, we used the super glue. So we had like a small spacing in between. So that's where we're going to work our magic now.
So
Sorry,
I
guys.
think I can ask you some of the questions. If you look on the screen, Tracy, you see some questions popping up. So I'll start with this question from Oluwabusala. She said, "Can the U glue be used to hold the twine in a swirl instead of the super glue?" I'm just wondering, since you said the U glue doesn't stain fabrics.
Okay, so yes, it can, but it is not durable because the super glue is hard, strong. You know what super glue is already. So what that does is help you hold very, very well. So even if you use the US shoe, I think after some time it will, in fact, it might be the same day, it will still unravel. And there's no fast, you can't work on it fast. So if you use the US shoe, you have to allow it, like when you apply it, you allow it to dry, just keep going. It's quite slow and it's also not durable too. So that's one of that's one of the major reasons why I don't use it.
So I believe your question has been answered. We have another question from Peter Tololope. She says, "So grateful for the summit. I'm still confused about the twine though. How do I identify it in the market? Is there a common name or other things it's used for so we can easily identify it in the market?"
Okay. So like I said, it is used for different things. Another thing I believe it's used for is the butterfly sewing machine. They call it machine rope. So if you go to where they sell tailoring things, you can ask for machine rope. But when you're buying from tailors, it's quite pricey and expensive. You can get this for like 1,000 or more, and it's not supposed to be. The average price should be like 500 because everything is expensive now. But that's how they will sell it for you. Or they would even cut from it and tell you it's still 1,000. So you try to get it from where they sell articles and where they sell like lines for fishing, where they sell ropes. You can also check where they sell, this rope we use in hanging our clothes. I think they have to. So you don't have to use this exact one. But the reason I use it is because it's cotton. You can also use the ropes that they use for hanging clothes. And this one is more flexible, but that does not mean that one would not work. So it depends on you. Like I said, we use less to get more. So if you are able to use that one and bend it to whatever you want, then I mean you're the lucky one, right? Because I think that one is way cheaper than this one. So I'm trying to fix the hook. Okay. So we have the first pair, the first one. So this is one. So I'm trying to fix in the second one. Don't mind me. I'm not usually on nails. So sometimes the nails interrupts whatever it is that I'm doing. Oops.
So right now we're trying to fix in the hook, I believe.
Yeah. So we're trying to do this. Um, guys, pardon me. The noise in my background is just
So we have
cutting off.
another. Funny enough, your background sounds very clear.
It
Um,
is. There's
yes, it
so
does.
much
I
noise
think you,
here.
your neckband or your Bluetooth seems to be controls
I'm actually
noise.
not. No, the Bluetooth is not for the live session. Actually,
Oh, I see. That's nice. So we have another question here. Says, "Good morning, ma. What are the challenges or common mistakes we beginners should expect, and how do we get back on track if we make those mistakes?"
okay. Well, when it comes to mistakes, I don't think there's mistakes in art. I don't believe so because there's so many errors that I've made. Say, oh, this is 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 this. And I don't really believe that there's mistake in art. I think it's just you. Um, just basically be strong and enjoy what you're doing is never a mistake. I mean, this started from somewhere. I'm sure a lot of people before now I do it a different way, but now I've gotten to a point where I feel comfortable doing this and selling it. When I started, it was really not neat, but somehow people liked it. I don't know how, but I was very uncomfortable. I was feeling like, oh, this person will complain, the glue is showing, this is this and all that. But I don't really think that there's mistakes. You just keep going. Don't enjoy what you're doing. It's a process, it's a learning process because I'm sure tomorrow I can come up with something else and I'll change this whole process again. And even you guys watching right now, you can see this and say, oh, I can do something better. And yours is obviously better than mine. It's a learning process. There's no mistake. Don't ever feel like you're making any mistakes. So, guys, we are done. And she said common mistakes and all. I think I remember something that I wanted to say. Um, I feel like when we want to start, like as a beginner, you try as much as you can to do a lot of DIYs. That is, don't just run to the market and buy stuff. You will regret it. You will feel like the world is against you. Do a lot of DIYs. If you have old earrings, you can remove the hooks. There are a lot of earrings that come like this these days, or even a different hook. Remove the hook. Try different things. If you even have a dress that you made and it has spare fabric, a tie or whatever. I know I keep mentioning, oh, use good fabric. But if you have not so quality one, you try that. That's how you learn. You use all of that to learn. You don't just rush to the market and buy stuff. Things are pricey these days, and it's not easy for someone that is. You can have 10,000 naira, and you'll be wondering, what is this going to get me? But if you have little things at home, you can use cardboard, you can use cartons. There are lots and lots of DIYs. I think right now I'm trying to make more DIYs on my Instagram and see how I can move from one social media platform to another. I'm not sure yet, but I'll try to do that because I started out working with paper, different things. So there's my own. What I think is you guys should just try not to rush to the market and buy stuff. You start from small. If you see ropes in your house, like the rope you use in hanging clothes, you can see spare ones. You try that. It doesn't matter if the rope is bigger. You just try it and see how best it works for you. Because even getting these things, getting the materials for working, it's not at the same point. If you're used to Lagos, you know that it's another 1 week journey for you before you move from this market to the next market. It's very stressful and very, very time consuming. So you just start small and just go from there. All right, guys. So
This has
we're
been
done.
amazing. So, do you want to wear them? Can we see you wear them?
Of course. Oops. I think I actually prefer this one to the one I was wearing earlier. Oops. Okay, so I think I like this one better. Ah, I would have done this one since. Anyways, so this is how it looks, guys. What do you guys think?
This is so beautiful. I need to put up comments for you to believe.
Oh, thank you, guys. So I have some other things that I would like to share with you guys. So apart from working with ropes, there are some accessories, some earrings that come in. They come already made, and all you have to do is wrap them. Those ones too are also a great idea as well. But then sourcing for it is also another thing. You try as much as you can to source for them. And like this particular one was already made. It comes in a gold, it comes in different colors. So I wrapped them to the whatever fabric that I want. This is also a good pointer as well. It's not everything that has to do with wrapping. Now, wrapping gives you more unique designs, but then again, that does not mean this is not also good. Oh, thank you guys.
Okay,
I'm
so I
sure
believe
I'll be
we're
using this one for the giveaway. Whoever
yes,
is
it's
interested.
beautiful. Oh, wow. So I think that's amazing. I think the giveaway will be for those who are interested in participating in your subsequent classes where you teach, um, other types
Yeah.
of accessories. So, so what are the last few words you have to share with the audience?
Hmm. I think I've basically given out all my secrets. Well, on a lighter note, I feel like we are usually too hard on ourselves, especially we entrepreneurs and creatives. We sometimes feel like what we're working on or what we're doing at that particular point in time is not good. But I should take this advice myself, actually. Just do the work and put it out there. There are people that love what you do, regardless. This is one advice I should take um, myself because I'm really, really hard on myself. I always feel like, oh, I made a mistake, so I'm not going to put it out. Oh, I'm making a reel. Am I my mouth did not go well with the sound, so I'm not putting it down. Or I'm doing behind the scenes video and I'm feeling like, this place is somehow, it has to be neat, it has to be perfect, but there's no perfection in arts and there's no perfection in business actually. It's your services that has to be perfect. Working, you don't owe anybody anything to have a neat environment. It's called a workstation or a workshop. So whatever you do, just don't be hard on yourself.
Okay, guys, so we've come to the end of this beautiful 40 minutes practical session with Anil
Mhm.
and Tracy Umatsune, the founder of Aniri Africa. I'm sure that she has a few workshops and personal courses available for those that are interested. We would be sharing our Instagram handle with you all. Kindly visit, and I'm sure she'll be giving a discount to all those coming from this workshop. Please make sure you mention hashtag AFBS as the discount code so that she can be very kind to you, and she will definitely attend to all your inquiries. And if you are anywhere across Africa interested in stocking Anire Africa's product, slide into our DM and we'll link you up with her. I'm sure that she would not mind um,
Of
offering
course.
our services to you at a discounted rate. And I'm sure she has a minimum, an MOQ, and a basic requirements for you placing orders. So thank you everyone, and I really hope that you enjoyed this session. Anyway, Africa is available on social media. They respond really quick to inquiries and they have amazing products. And like I said, this workshop will be made available for a duration, a period of time, because we cannot just leave it free for everyone forever. So please ensure that you watch the video and ensure that you patronize Anere Africa. We look forward to feedbacks from people who have practiced this short session, this short practical that she has shared with us. The tools are easy to get. The design is quite easy to make as well. However, if you want to learn more designs, like I said, kindly send us a DM or visit anime.africa on Instagram. And remember that the discount code is hashtag AFBS. Thank you so much, Tracy, for this session.
Thank you
And
guys for
the
having me.
comments and the feedback, I'm so excited to see that people have learned so much. So beautiful, very beautiful. It's
I
colorful
can't
and
wait to see
very
what they do actually. I'm hoping
Yes, so
someone
I
to just do
actually
something.
encourage everyone watching this video to create something truly, truly. That would be even a better feedback for Tracy. So create something or try and repeat this practical session and then share a picture with us. Hashtag um, AFBS workshop, and you can tag at anire.africa, and I'm sure that you know, she'll be delighted to see the progress report from those that have
I
participated.
can't wait to see guys. I'm excited to
Thank you
even
so
learn from you
much,
guys.
Tracy. Right. So,
Thank you.
just in case you have other questions to ask, please put the questions on our Instagram comment section. And since the event is shared as a collaboration with Anire, they will definitely see the comments and also respond to your inquiries. Thank you so much, Tracy, for this session.
Thank
It's been
you.
an amazing hour spent with you. And it's an honor to have you. Thank you for contributing to the lives of many Africans across the continent, possibly outside the continent as well, who have been looking for an easy way to venture into creating products that can, earn them a source of living. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and thank you, Tracy.
Thank
Um,
you.
have a lovely
Um,
afternoon, everybody, and bye bye. My name once again is Dami, and I'm your host. However, today the stage was truly, truly Annie Africa's. Thank you, Annie Africa, for this session,
Thank
and have a
you.
lovely day, everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.